Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a album review, and today I am reviewing the 5th studio album by 21 Pilots, Trench. Now, this is their first since Blurry Face album, I should say, and Blurry Face was the album that helped them take off. Vessel kind of helped them gain a start, but once Blurry Face came out, that was the album where everybody stormed to them. And the first 4 singles from this album, Jumpsuit, Nico and the Niners, which were both released on July 11th, Levitate, which was released on August 8th, and My Blood, were all pretty decent. I liked My Blood the least of the 4, but I can at least say that those songs got me hyped up for what would be another 14-track concept album about this whole thing, about Blurry Face and Nico and the Niners and just all this stuff. I don't know if it's a prequel to Blurry Face or the sequel to Blurry Face. I have no clue. I really don't get that all that well of what's going on. But yeah, it's interesting. Now, apparently there is a music video for My Blood that's out, but you had to have watched the live stream that Tyler and Josh had on Instagram on October 3rd, but I didn't. But yeah, anyway, let's just get into it, because I listened to the other 10 songs. Since I listened to the first 4 songs more than enough, since they've come out, I kind of was like, okay, I'll skip through those because I know what they're going to sound like, which were Jumpsuit, Levitate, Nico and the Niners, and My Blood. And Jumpsuit was a great kickoff track, rock track. Nico and the Niners, I felt like did a great reggae job. It kind of sounded like something off of Blurry Face. My Blood was I feel like the hook was a little weak, but the rap verses were nice, and Levitate was just a good quick rap track that I think took care of business. So anyway, on to the other tracks. Morph was also weak at the top. I felt like after a song like Levitate you'd want something more, but you just don't get it there. Chlorine is nice. I do like Chlorine. It is a very catchy song. Smithereens and Neon Gravestones are also okay. And that concludes the first half of the album. Really, the only song I would say I dislike in the first half is Morph. Then we get to the second half, and I gotta say, a little bit weaker. The hype is not a very great song that lives up to the so-called hype. And there's Nico and the Niners. Cut My Lip is decent. Bandito is just kind of like puts me to sleep. And Pet Cheetah, though, is definitely the best off of the second half. It has a lot of great, I think, just tunes out throughout. It's a quick 3-minute and 18-second song, but it definitely does, have the same pace as all the other songs. Legend was just, like, once again, just one where you're just kind of like left like, okay, I don't know how to really feel about this song. And Leave the City, I think, was a good soft ending to the album. It just kind of was like, like definite the end of the album. It was nice for all I can say. So yeah, I mean, like I said, the first half of this album, the first 7 songs of this album definitely hold up, and I think the 4 singles on this thing are fantastic. It's just, there are some songs on here where they just put you to sleep. And I know their goal in this one was, as Tyler Joseph said, he wanted to make slower, songs with less rapping, which he made slower songs, but there was more rapping on this album than I had really heard on any of their albums. I'm talking their first 2 that are unknown and their, previous 2. And, I gotta say, it wasn't as good as I expected it to be, but it definitely still has enough power to where it can definitely get a passing grade from me. So, what would a passing grade be? I would have to give this a strong and a very strong 7. I just felt like the reason for some of these, like I said, some songs put you to sleep and other songs, the hooks weren't there. With 21 Pilots, they usually have a pretty decent hook, but there weren't a lot of songs that I looked back at and were like, this is a good hook, this one's going to get stuck into my head. It was just kind of like, it's there, it's cool, but nothing that'll make me remember it. And of the non-singles, I would say Chlorine and Pet Cheetah would be the next two that I would definitely want to be singles. But I don't know, we'll have to see. It looks like they just made My Blood an official single with a music video. They're probably going to put that out within the next couple of days, I would assume. But yeah, it was kind of disappointing, but not so disappointing, because I do feel like this is their worst effort, including from what they did in their first two albums. They're self-titled and regional at best. Vessel was a step up, and Blurry Face was the definite, like, they've made it, we've got it. This album, it's just kind of like, you know, I see what you were pulling for, and there's some stuff that's good, but I don't know. There's just not as many songs on this album as, say, Blurry Face or Vessel that I can name that have that stay meaning. Like, it's going to stay in people's heads. People are going to remember it. Because other than the singles, I'm just like, you know, this album might not have another single, if we're being honest. And I truly believe that to be true. But yeah, anyway, that does it from my take on the album. Tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this album? Do you agree with me? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Or are you kind of like me, where you're like, it's alright. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next one.